All right, we're gonna start off on this side first, right? So I'm using a wrench to hold that end, and then I'm using a 3/16 hex head, but I'm gonna use my drill to back this out. Make sure it gets in there nice and tight. There we go. Okay, so we got that out. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Pull this out, place it onto the side. Don't lose your bolts, okay? And don't forget, you need to have your Loctite. This is a quick video, but you need to have your Loctite. I don't know why they put the blue Loctite in a red container. You would think they would put the blue Loctite in a blue container and the red Loctite in a red container, but go figure. All right, so we got that off. I'm also gonna take this off while we're at it. All right, we're taking off the brakes, and we're gonna just, the size of that, let's see what the size of that is. It just says number 13 on the kit that I'm using, all right? This is not a hard change, guys. And this is my first things doing on this bike since I got my lift. So I'm happy about that. You got, where are we at? Yeah, there you go. So we got these parts here. And get it in focus. There we go, okay? This is gonna go just like that. It's contoured specifically to fit the way it would on the regular side, all right? So it fits right in its place. Remember, you don't need to use a lot of blue Loctite, just enough when you're threading. We're gonna put on the lock nut, and then we're gonna put on the washer. Let me get this in here. See if we need to make this any shorter or any longer. Hopefully the length is good enough. I don't see a reason why it shouldn't be. Oh, does the trick. There you go. And I'm just tightening this. I don't have a specific torque spec. I mean, you could look that up, but when I tighten this, I'll make sure that I tighten it enough where I feel comfortable in what I'm doing, all right? So that's done. Nothing extra, nothing tricky. Eventually I'm taking this back off though, because I am gonna change this color out, get it powder coated black, but that's later. And then the next piece, just wake up some of this dirt. We're gonna put this here. I might not even need the highway pegs anymore, because that's why they make the bars the length that they do to the floorboards the length that they do, so that way you have a lot of space. All right, so this is a simple job. You don't need to go and pay people for this. I mean, nothing wrong with paying people for this, but if you're looking to do a DIY and you want to get some floorboards, it's actually not very hard to do. Here we go. Yes, I'm gonna put some Loctite back here. All right, same rule applies. Same exact rule applies. We're taking in that angle, just do the tricky angle right here. There's something therapeutic about when you use a wrench. You know, it's you get a chance to think and just relax a bit. It sounds weird, but sometimes it's not about speed. Sometimes I like to come in the garage and upgrade certain things on my bike and This really helps me out to just do that, to really think and get my mind in the right spot. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want to just release and just enjoy your time by yourself. No kids, no wife, no nothing, just you. Now this is the reason why I'm happy I have my lift, because I have my stool. I could sit down, my back is protected, I have no pressure on my back. I'm not bending extremely low. You know what I'm saying? And this is just amazing. So two things I've been wanting was the new floorboards and a lift for the garage. Look, I got it. All right, that's off. All right, let's get this one on. It's the left side. You know, before we do that, let me see if I can get this off, because I have these on pretty tight. Yes, got that off. Didn't want to damage anything. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Ah, so that one is tighter. This is gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put that Loctite on here. I mean, you could take out the whole thing and, like me, I'm just gonna Loctite the whole damn thread in. Push it back in. Get my tool. It's not the right one. Here's the right one. Tighten this in. Now I'm really putting some torque in this. There we go. Until this doesn't spin anymore. Torque the heck out of it. Yes. All right, same thing for the other side. Just get that Loctite. You guys can see, right? All right, see how good that looks? That looks beautiful. That looks really good. So now we're gonna do the same thing for this side. Yeah, easy stuff, easy stuff. Not hard. Sometimes I know it can be a nervous feeling to be doing stuff on your bike, but I promise you, it's not terrible. It's not as bad as you think. Wow, this thing is already adding some flavor already just from looking at the setup. There we go. That's going nowhere. All right, let's get this on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep my floorboards, and I'm gonna find some matching pieces for it. I think I am definitely gonna keep my not the floorboards, I mean the highway pegs. I like my highway pegs when I'm riding, even though these are long and you can stretch out, I still like that extra stretch. You know what I'm saying? That one went in much easier than the other one. I'll deal with that other one in a second. Just getting this tightened in. I'm gonna have to ratchet this bad boy a little bit. I need to get my extension. I need to make sure that this is actually doing what it's supposed to do. Perfect. So, right here, the height of this has to be adjusted now because this is on an angle, right? This has a nice curve up. It's for comfort of the ride. So we're gonna have to loosen this up, loosen these bolts up, 1, 2, and ride this up a bit. I just basically took my 1/4" socket and loosened these out. You know, you get these out. And what happens is when you're using a heel toe shifter, there's some little bites right here, some little nulls, whatever they call them, knurlings or whatever that grip is called. So you want to feel that grip and just kind of work your way out. You shouldn't have to force it. At least I don't force it, and I rest it there. And I'm gonna see how high it goes. And this one is gonna require a little bit of wiggling. And if it doesn't move enough, I'll get a flathead screwdriver and kind of take my time and just pry it up just a little bit, not a lot. I'm not breaking it. You know what I'm saying? Still taking my time, even though it's to the end. Still requires some wiggling. There we go. So I'm gonna find the next groove and see if it's too high, because that's the issue. You want to find the groove. Now it looks like that groove. Yeah, here we go. That's a nice position. There we go. Right, just above it a little bit, and then I'll do the same thing. I'll do the same thing for the heel toe, for the heel shifter. The heel shifter, sometimes people will bring it up like all the way up here. You're gonna have to do calf raises for that. Heel shifter, you want your heel shifter to be in a position where it's you don't have to go as high, right? Like if I go like right here, that's okay. But if I go here, that's even better for me. As long as I can get it to fit inside that groove without forcing it, I'm happy. All right, let's see. There we go. Perfect. All right, you know what's coming. Loctite. Get those in. And you know what? You never know how comfortable or not comfortable it is until you actually ride the bike. When you start to ride the bike, then you start to see, okay, that's not as comfortable as I thought. Now this can push in some more before I start tightening this down. Let me get a mallet. There we go. I want to get it in as far back into that spacer as possible. Now we're talking. Notice I didn't use a hammer. Okay, this is a little plastic mallet. You could also use the rubber mallets. So all I got to do now is just change out these, find something that matches, and then I'm golden. Guys, if you want to look up the torque specs for this stuff, look it up. All right, I'm not using torque specs for these. I never had any issues with them. My hands, my body, I know when it's tight enough and when it's about to be threaded. I know I have confidence in myself, right? Certain things I will definitely look up the torques, but I know that a lot of you torque spec scientists is you're picky with that. It's just like how I'm picky with Loctite. You know what I'm saying? There you go. That feels perfect. All right, good. All right, so that was a simple install. The black Cyclesmith floorboards with the pegs for the heel toe shifter and the brake. The next thing I'm going to install is going to be the derby cover when I get the derby cover, and then I'm going to find some stuff for here and see, because you know, being able to extend out a little bit more makes a difference. However, according to what Cyclesmith was telling me, I might not even need to have the highway pegs because of the length of these floorboards. But in the meantime, if you like these or you want to check out the banana floorboards, check on cyclesmith.com, connect with them and tell them you met them through me. All right, mention Sensei. Peace.